Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast.
This is a show dedicated to helping you become a better organist.
We're your hosts, Vidas
And Ausra Pinkevičienė.
We have over 25 years of experience of playing the organ.
And we've been teaching thousands of organists online from 89 countries since 2011.
So now let's jump in and get started with the podcast for today.
We hope you'll enjoy it.
Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Ausra.
Let's start episode 596 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Dan and he writes, Hi Vidas, I hope you and Ausra are doing well in your part of the world. Things are going well here. I've had to stop getting instruction for the time being from the local organist that's working with me due to how things are with this worldwide pandemic. I'm still working away here though on my Hauptwerk VPO, and it's good I've got Dad here to still work on stuff. I'm working on Buxtehude's prelude, fugue and chaconne in C major, and as well as Carson Cooman's tuba tune. I think you've had Carson on the podcast a couple of times. I was going to participate in an organ recital with other organ students from the area I'm in on the 28th of March and play the Grand Choeur in B-flat major by Dubois. But that got postponed as well. I notice you've gotten into Hauptwerk as well, which is cool. What's the sample set you're using? It sounds like a nice one that I might be interested in getting a hold of. A link to it would be appreciated. Take care and stay safe. So, Ausra, what sample sets are we using?
Well, to rephrase Dan's question, I would, say that tell me which set you are not using. Because now we are using so many of them.
But there are a few that you like more than others, right?
Yes, actually I like only 2 of them so far.
But you haven't tried all of them that we have yet.
Well, but I tried many out of them,
Mm-hmm. So before we expanded our Hauptwerk into 3 manuals and later 4 manuals, we used a lot Velesovo sample set by Sonus Paradisi.
And it's actually really well done, I think.
It could be said about most of the sample sets by Sonus Paradisi. This is the leading sample set maker on the market today, I think. I mean, there are others that are very good as well, but I haven't been disappointed with any of his stuff that I tried. With Velesovo, yes, we have the surround version of it. Surround meaning that in a church where this organ stands, there are more than 2 microphones. 2 microphones are set near the organ, then 2 microphones are somewhere in the middle of the church, and maybe 2 more are in the back of the church. Larger organs have 6 microphones or 8 microphones surround version. It's called 8-channel surround or 6-channel surround, like this, right, Ausra?
Yes, true.
Do you like surround more than, let's say, they call semi-dry or dry or wet version, when you add artificial reverberation on your Hauptwerk software, but don't use the church environment?
Well, of course, surround sounds much better.
Mm-hmm. Of course, surround version takes up more RAM on your computer.
True, and if you don't have enough space in your computer, you might get the sound delay, which is very, very annoying.
and space on your computer is different from RAM. RAM is a memory you're using to operate the program right now. On our MacBook Pro, we have 16 gigabytes of RAM, and this is enough to run Velesovo and other medium-sized sample sets. Of course, if you want to use larger sample sets, at least 32 gigabytes of RAM are recommended if you're getting a new Hauptwerk, let's say, a new computer specifically for Hauptwerk. And we have actually bought a new Dell computer and expanded it from 8 gigabytes of RAM, which was default version, into additional 64 gigabytes of RAM, which makes it total to 72 gigabytes of
Well,
RAM.
Vidas is so excited about all this his Hauptwerk project, but I'm not, because I don't think this investment will pay off.
It will pay
So-
off. It will pay off in 100 years.
because you know, all this stuff like computers and all these MIDI keyboards, we will get old, you know, pretty soon.
That's true.
It's not like our tracker, you know, two-stop tracker.
But the software will remain, you know, the Hauptwerk version you can use it for years. If you need to change the processor, you can, you know, just buy a new part of it, not necessarily the whole thing, you know.
You know, it's only one, you know, benefit of it, I think, during quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I would never started to use it.
For people who don't record their playing and don't share it with the world, having, you know, like 30 stop sample set, which is in surround version Velesovo, very, very nice, two manual organ, medium sized organ, but very colorful stops, and could be used for a variety of Baroque music and as well as romantic music, apparently too, because it has a lot of foundational stops, 8-foot stops too. This is especially nice. But for people who don't put their work online, then what's the point, right, Ausra?
True.
Unless they want to hear that organ, you know, in their practice room, which is also nice.
In general, you know, I think if you have previously well-built, you know, organ technique, then it's okay for some time to practice on the MIDI keyboard, especially on ours, because it doesn't have any
Resistance.
So otherwise, if you are just a beginner or you have poor technique, you might ruin it on playing such a keyboard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hauptwerk is like an ongoing project, and we've been just chatting with James Flores, our friend from Australia, and he also started, you know, with just MIDI keyboards, custom assembled, not necessarily the thing that he has today from Johannes 3 manual organ setup. I don't think he has tracker action manuals on his Johannes, but some organs have. You know, you can imitate this resistance, which is of course much more expensive than the thing we have. Right, Ausra?
True. But in general, I think, you know, that this Hauptwerk thing is sort of like contagious disease.
It's the future, I think. It's the development, natural technological development. And since I've been involved with technologies since I've got back from United States, or I should say we got back from the United States, in 2007 I started writing a blog in Lithuanian. In 2010 I started my YouTube channel. In 2011 I started organduo.lt website. Then later Ausra joined. You know, I was very interested into how organ art can be incorporated with technology. So it's just a natural extension of my activities, I think. Hauptwerk. It basically is. Eventually, I would have traveled this road, I think, sooner or later. I think it's sooner than later this way, right?
Well, you can hear that Vidas is addicted already. What else can I say?
You know, what can I say? There are good addictions and there are bad addictions. I think it's better to become addicted to good addictions than to bad, right?
Well, yes, but you consider that yesterday when I realized that we have a fourth keyboard, I might got a heart attack.
No, it was just a nice surprise for you.
For me, yes. Anyway, with my height, I cannot reach that fourth manual.
That's
so
why I ordered a new music stand on the table, not on the floor, which will be very convenient, I promise.
somehow I doubt it, but anyway.
It was supposed to be a surprise for you. I invited Ausra to play a duet, and she was very busy with other stuff. And when she sat down on the organ bench, she didn't notice a difference from 3 manuals to 4, because 3 is a lot already, right? And I agree, it's really not that big a difference. When you have 2 and then suddenly 3, difference is very obvious. But from 3 to 4 or from 4 to 5, it's not that big of a difference. Don't worry, I won't get the 5th.
Yes, I hope so.
No, it's.
I want to be able to sleep at night,
You can
not worrying about wasting our money.
You can play any type of repertoire on 4 keyboards comfortably. The 5th manual is only for echo, for fanfares, for those things. Well, you know, and none of our sample sets have 5 keyboards so far.
Anyway, guys, I don't think you need, to have 4 keyboards or even 3 keyboards.
Oh,
Unless you are, extremely well-known international concert organist.
what if you wanted to, let's say, play Frank or Vidor or let's say German romantic?
You can manage it on 2 manual instrument.
You can.
Well enough.
Yes, but think about the future. If a person gets hooked up gets hooked on Hauptwerk, and he or she invests into 2 manual organ setup, wouldn't it be wise to get a 3 manual right away?
Well, I don't think this quarantine will last forever, and I think people can go back, to practice on a real organs.
In churches, right?
In churches, yes.
True. I will definitely go to St. John's Church and to play our 3 manual church organ.
I already doubt it.
Why?
Because you so much used to play Hauptwerk.
I will play Hauptwerk too. I will play both organs. They don't. That actually, they work very well with each other.
Will you find time for anything else then?
Like what?
Anything. If you will practice on Hauptwerk, you will practice at St. John's.
I will have to go practice on the tracker organ because my job is university organist. I will have to go to church, and play and perform there and maintain that instrument. It's just not today, not right now. So there is no problem with that. Just like you will go to school to teach physically, right? I will go to church, maybe at the same time as you.
I'm not so sure if I will go back to teach to school.
Yes. You are very... You like teaching online?
Well, I like not teaching at all.
You don't miss teaching?
No, not at all.
If you had to choose to teach at school or to play Hauptwerk, what the choice would be?
Well, I would play Hauptwerk.
Listen, guys, we have a convert now, Hauptwerk. You just have to you just have to feel the pressure point. the pain point that Ausra is really having a hard time teaching at school sometimes. And she also doesn't like playing Hauptwerk plastic keyboards like we have today. But what she doesn't like more, teaching or plastic keyboards, is a good question. So, but for Dan, I think to have an organ at home, it doesn't hurt, right? And Villasova sample set is very nice. Depending if you have a larger computer with larger RAM, we also recommend very much other larger sets, sample sets by Sonus Paradises, such as Rotterdam, St. Lawrence Church, the main organ. There are two sample sets, the transept organ and the main organ. Transept organ is Baroque organ, a little bit smaller, not very small, but I think 3 manual organ. But the main organ in the gallery that we use is one of a kind Markusen organ from 1973, 4 manuals, and that's why we got the 4th manual too.
Yeah.
There are some other sample sets we could recommend, but not right now because we haven't tried them just yet. I should say that I like kind of the German one, Billerbeck Dom. It's called also by Sonus Paradisi. Billerbeck Dom is a town in Germany. And it has this wonderful cathedral, St. Ludger's Cathedral, which also has 4 manual organ. And I like it very much for the French romantic symphonic music.
Yes, it's not bad.
Remember how I played
Yes.
Franck's prelude, chorale, and no, prelude, fugue, and variation.
That's right.
Very, very convincing. So guys, we hope this was useful to you. Please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
Miracles happen.
This podcast is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online.
It has hundreds of courses, coaching, and practice materials for every area of organ playing. Thousands of instructional videos and PDFs. You will not find more value anywhere else online.
Total Organist helps you to master any piece, perfect your technique, develop your sight reading skills, and improvise or compose your own music, and much, much more.
Sign up and begin your training today at organduo.lt and click on Total Organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
If you like our organ music, you can also support us on Patreon and get free CDs.
Find out more at patreon.com/secrets of organ playing.